Good morning. It's so funny. I had this new backdrop. I got rid of the black. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to replace it with. If I wanted like, I don't know, something really aesthetic and neat, or if I wanted something fun. And I love how intense that all is. But I was thinking other people would probably find it to be a little bit too much because there is a lot going on. If I zoom you out a lot more, you can see that there's a fair bit going on. I filmed Reese and I setting them up, putting it all on the wall, and then I put it on and I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then I'll show you a video of what it looks like when it's not so bright. And then as soon as I did, I was like, I think I've made a mistake. So that's kind of how it looks when the lights are down and it's really bright. Oh, okay, I just had a phone call, so now I can't remember what I was talking about. I put all these lights up and then I posted on my stories and I'm like, everyone's gonna be like, this is so ugly. I think because I was thinking like I had that black background and people were like, no, I don't like it. And I said to Reese, I think I've stuffed up. I think I shouldn't have done this. Anyway, I was thinking, oh, it's gonna look so much better when I'm filming these kinds of like YouTube videos in landscape. But it actually looks better on portrait, which is so weird. Because you can't see the stuff up the top. Like I've put them all up too high. Unless I change the angle of my camera to be like this, but then it's probably more flattering where it is now. I have these like acrylic circle shelf things. I've got a few different colors on ground that I was gonna put up. They don't look good. They're too, especially the pink one stands out too much. So I might put those on this wall and get some more lights. Oh yeah, that's right. Everyone was so nice. Everyone loved it. I could not believe it. I thought like I have a really particular kind of like interest in things being bright and colourful. I thought people would be like, no, this is too much, like give my eyes a break. People loved it. And the nicest thing was that people liked it because it reflects me and what I like and my personality, like it shows my personality, which is so nice. Someone even said it reminds them of my old like OG Bondi background, which is crazy to me because they're like worlds apart. And I had 7 likes, which I know isn't a lot of likes, but like, you know, it stood out because there were lots of other nice, cool comments. So it's just blowing my mind. So you guys are like endorsing my habit and now I'm gonna go buy more lights. Maybe I should try closing the blinds and see how that looks. That's better, isn't it? Because the glow of the lights goes onto the wall. I think I like that more. Let me know what you guys think. It's just cozy. I love it. It's just fun to look at. I've got some new makeup products to try. I asked my manager to, a few years ago, I was like, I'm getting too many PR parcels and I'm not using it. I feel like it's wasted on me. And so I removed myself from all these PR lists. And now I'm like, there's crickets. It's good because it makes me appreciate it again. Like you really do take for granted how much money you save when you're getting the makeup for free. And it's good because it's constantly new stuff. I'm not into makeup in the way that I was when I was 18. So I don't keep track of what's new and what's not. So it's cool now that I can be sent the new stuff and I can try it on here. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm on Natasha Denona, so I just got this yesterday, which is a nice one to be on. Beautiful warm palette, and I got this today. Really cool packaging. I've been really into nude sticks. The stuff that they sent me last time that I've been using like often. This is cool. I can't wait till Loungeface is big enough that I can do fun stuff like this, like cool packaging, because this kind of PR packaging costs quite a lot, so we'll get there. Oh my god, this background looks so much better with the blinds closed. How cozy, I love it. Okay, I got this Smashbox Original Photo Finish Smoothing Blur thing in a PR parcel as well recently, and I'm wearing all my, like some days I just want to shine with my little earrings. Most days I want to do the opposite. I don't like wearing blingy stuff, but I've got a fake tan and jewellery looks so nice with a fake tan. This and this are Real Moissanite from Shein. And you might think, it's probably fake. People have tested it. Lots of people in the comments tested it to make sure. It's just beautiful. It's so nice. These are a little bit, they're kind of like, they're too big for my ears. They have these like ball backings, which looks nice, but there's so much space. It's not snug in my ear and so much cheaper. Okay, foundations. I have this toxic relationship with L'Oreal True Match where I'm like, I want to try it. And then every time I try it, I'm disappointed because the shade isn't right. I got 4W, which is my old shade. I don't know how on earth I wore that back then. 3W, still too dark. This is 120 in Maybelline Fit Me. I've been loving this. In Classic Ivory. Classic Ivory. And this is my fake tan shade. What? Since when? Granted, it could be like a smidgen darker, but my fake tan is quite dark today. Classic Ivory is my fake tan shade. What? Okay, this is gonna be the last time. I feel like if this is gonna look good on any given day, it's going to be today because I have a dark tan And normally my fake tans are a little bit lighter. After I finish filming, you know what I'm gonna have to do? Clean all my makeup brushes. It's long overdue. I don't clean them enough. I don't think anyone cleans them enough unless you're like a makeup artist. All right, so I've got this little thing which helps. Here goes nothing. And I'm trying to, that shade actually does look good right off the bat. I'm trying to start, because I've been finding that my makeup has been looking a lot better since I've stopped using the Hourglass Vanish. And I've started using that Fenty under eye brightener, and which is probably the same kind of concept, just not bringing my foundation so close to my under eye area. The reason it probably looks nice is because I don't have as much, like I'm not bringing the foundation up that high, and then I'm also not using a whole heap of concealer underneath my eyes when I don't actually need to. So it means that I'm getting way less creasing and just looks more, I don't know, it just looks nicer. And I also haven't been setting the rest of my face. So all these little things that I've been trying have been working well. And I think, on a side note, the mistake I often make with this foundation is I add too much. I need to just very selectively add it. Okay, that color actually looks totally fine today, which just shows how dark my tan is. Let's use the Fenty Under Eye Brightener again. So the weird thing about this is that it looks super intense. Like that obviously looks really intense, but it just blends away into nothing. It's really interesting. And I find that using my fingers, oops, I brought that other one down too far, really helps kind of push it in and warm it up and make it blend seamlessly into the skin. But like that just goes away into nothing. It's even kind of nice having the backlight behind me. Oh, that needs to go. It's just way too obvious. If it had a light in, let me just try something. That actually looks really cute. It's just a little LED light that I've got. That looks so much better. Cute, cute. Anyway, as I was saying, it lightens this area underneath my eyes, but I haven't added a thick concealer because I haven't needed to add one. I don't even know where it goes. It just disappears. It just melts into the skin. So this is Nudestix Stacks, which is really confusing for me when I first saw it because there's an activewear brand Stacks. So I was like, Nudestix is collaborating with Stacks. All over face color, cheeks and eyes and lips. Multi-stacking, so you can stack them. Oh, cool. There we go. Or is it just, no, one on each side. That's fancy. I love that it doesn't have the little ridges that you've got to click it into. Just really clean. Matches really nicely with my background. This is crazy. Thank you, Nudestix. How exciting. Let's choose a fun color. So these aren't even like, there's no, so you basically like, I mean, you can pull it off, but I feel like doing it this way is easier. So many colors to choose from. That's gonna be too mauvey. Mauve. Wait, what's that one? That one looks like an interesting color. Okay, I'm gonna go with this, the only one that actually looks like it is kind of a bronzy shade. Yeah, I'm going in with a brush. Okay, so it's a bit, I feel like it's looking more orangey on camera. I can tell I'm going to leave this room with my controlled bright lighting and my eyes that have adjusted to the darkness around me. And I'm gonna look at my makeup in sunlight and I'm gonna be like, whoa, that is really dark. Like my whole makeup, not just this product. My foundation's gonna look really dark. That happens all the time. When I'm filming, it's like the perfect color and everything's nice and looks good. And then I walk outside and I'm like, okay, maybe not. I probably didn't need to add that much on my forehead, so that's fine. Again, it's kind of like a first impression, so it's just part of the process. Okay, ooh, so many blush colors. I want to use this really bright pink one because I never use these colors. I don't know if I even own one. Oh my god, the color of this. Anyway, this is the color. Oh, I didn't know, the other one was called, I didn't even mention the shade, Sunstone. And this is called Magenta Matte. That's right, I wanted to say that. I should have said it from the start. When I upload these long videos, whoa, Jesus. When I upload these long videos, I find that it's probably hard for people, like I'm asking all these questions and talking about all these different topics. And I was thinking the good thing about Instagram stories is that you can reply to each story, whereas on YouTube, you probably just, like you probably want to say something, but then I change topics. So I was thinking it's awesome and I would really appreciate it if people would like comment as they're watching, because there's so many things that I want to hear people's response to or hear their thoughts on, but normally people only reply to like the main thing that the video is about, and so all those other things that I talked about don't get a response, if that makes sense, but I want to hear what people have to say. So please feel free to like leave a comment. And even like if you want to put like a timestamp or you just want to say in regards to this, or you don't have to say that, just say anything. Because then I'm going to just deposit this between 2 cheeks, not all at once. Yeah, that would be great, because I mean, finding that recently, like I talk about so much stuff and I look through the comments like hoping someone would have talked about this or that, and it's generally not really the case because, and that's obviously not your fault, it's mine for uploading an hour-long video and talking about 20 different things in that video. It looks so bright in the camera, which I love. I don't feel like it looks as bright in person, but again, I'm gonna walk outside, I'm gonna be like, haha, whoops. What I've also liked is not setting my nose. I used to set my nose with powder. I like the dimension it gives when it's not set. It makes it, I find that setting it made it look like flatter. Not flat, but like made it look kind of maybe bigger or something, because you don't have the high points highlighted and the pointy bits highlighted. And you can highlight them with highlighter, but it's not the same. Matte with highlighter is not the same as just like this. So that's also something I've been liking. Okay, so I'm going to use this powder to lighten. It might look a little bit ashy though, because, oh, yeah, you can see how it kind of looks a bit ashy like that. Just because what I'm putting it on top of isn't light like it's meant to be. Okay, I've got a million different Lunch Face brow products. Oh my god, the colours, love it. I've got blonde, taupe and brown, and I've got the brow builder in taupe and the clear brow gel, and I've just got so many different ways of applying these now that I'm spoiled for choice. I'm not gonna do blonde. My makeup's way too dark for that. I might actually need to go in with a little bit of brown in my brows today, I think. I might do a bit of brown. I might use a lighter hand. So it's a tricky one because my hair is blonder now. So there's more of a contrast. If I do use brown and it doesn't blend in, that looks fine. Maybe I'm brown now, like maybe my shade is brown. I actually love that. And it's just, because it's darker, it's so easy to outline and like with the taupe, because it's lighter, I need to use a slightly heavier pressure and go over it a couple more times in areas that I want really crisp definition. I think that might be telling me that it's too light. Then of course there are days when it applies fine, so I've just got to think about how tanned I am ahead of time and then adjust my shade accordingly. A better example is me using my normal shade taupe and then using like black brown, because if I draw on my face with a black pencil, it's gonna show up no matter how much pressure I use. But if I'm drawing on my face with a blonde pencil, I'm gonna have to, if I did a faint line with a blonde and a faint line with the black, you're gonna notice the black because it's like a darker pigment. With blonde, I have to really draw it more heavily to get it to show up the same way the black does. So by me using a slightly darker shade, it means I have to use less pressure. Which, I mean, hey, that also makes the pencil last longer. Okay, I'm gonna use blonde. I'm gonna skip the brow builder today. I'm gonna use blonde. I feel like I've been using it too much. I actually did order a new one off my website because I think I'm nearly out of my current one. I wanna use blonde because it's light and I don't want this bit to be too defined. Recently I watched a movie the other night. What was it? We bought it, which we don't often do, because I mean, like, when you subscribe to all these stupid streaming platforms, it feels like a crime to buy a movie. Like I should, but anyway, it's beside the point. Lounge Face Clear Brow Gel. It was called You'll Never Find Me, and it was an Australian movie. And God, they did a good job. The ending, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil the experience if someone else wants to watch it. But gosh, like particularly the first like 75% of the movie, or even 50%. No, I'd say 75% is generous. It's filmed in like the same location the entire movie. I think the movie's like an hour and 40 minutes long. And they did an amazing job with this, like setting the atmosphere. It's so creepy, but simultaneously like kind of relaxing, because I love like a lot of like wind sounds, thunderstorms, creaky, like wind whistling through old windows and that kind of thing. And it's like caravan park. Yeah, they did an amazing job. It was so eerie. If I could just have that sound on, I should just try and like record that sound from that movie and just play it in the background. It was just cozy and relaxing. Yeah, You'll Never Find Me. I think it was overall a good movie. I don't want to talk about it and then ruin it for people. Natasha Denona, I need a warm palette. What does that even mean? I need a warm palette. I need a warm palette. I walked into the kitchen yesterday and this was on the counter and Reese had it opened and was looking at it. And he was like, I expected to see a mirror when I opened it up and I was like, ta-da! But that is a stunning palette. I mean, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. That's like all my favorite shades in one palette. That says Phenomena, but I read it as Pneumonia. Let's use these three. Ripe, Fervor, and Push. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of fallout I will inevitably get on my cheeks. I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer. That's weird. I thought I had an eyeshadow primer. Anyway, I do, but this isn't the one that I was thinking of. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Oh, it's taking off my stuff on my makeup underneath. I'm gonna start with Ripe, then go in that one, then go in with that one. Go in with is such an American term, isn't it? Like, would I be saying that if I didn't watch American YouTube videos back in the day? I never use eyeshadow primer, so this just feels, it's so weird having a kind of tacky base underneath. I feel like that eyeshadow primer has taken off some of my foundation. Okay, let's go in with Push. I don't know what kind of formula this is. Beautiful, but I don't know if it's gonna be, if it's... Okay, wow. That's like a foil. Holy moly. Wow, that's beautiful. I just heard a hiccup from the other room. I'm going to grab a bit of that Ripe, the lighter brown, and just bring that underneath. I wonder if that eyeshadow primer helped with how that eyeshadow came out. A little angled brush, and I'm going to use, that one's actually a shimmer, I didn't realize. I'm gonna use this one here. I was gonna use that one there, but it's got a shimmer in it, I think. Pep, which is just a dark brown, and I'm going to use that to just messily line my upper lash line, because I feel like it needs a bit of contrast. And surprisingly, there actually isn't as much fallout as I expected. And that could be again from the eyeshadow primer, or it could just be, Natasha Denona is a really good brand, so it could be that. I'm not sure. That looks much better. Okay, I've changed the color balance back to a bit, oh, I think it's the shirt. Should I change shirts to see how different that looks? Oh wow, I think I actually prefer that. I mean, I don't often wear red, but that just makes like, all those colors look so much nicer immediately. The makeup looks completely different. I'm actually gonna be lazy with my lashes, and I'm gonna use a Lunch Face mascara sample, because I'm worried that I'm gonna have sparkles on my lashes, and I don't want to dirty my current mascara wand. I don't know if I did the right thing by changing. I'm also not going to bother using an eyelash curler because I just don't feel like it. And I think the people that don't like the drier formula of Lounge Face Lash will love this. What could I call this? What would I call Lounge Face Lash's sister? Okay, I just did use the Lounge Face lip liner sample on my lips. This is the Mechamex Pout Pop in Keeping Tabs. Oh, nope. No. I think glazed is probably more the vibe. A bit lighter, a bit more cool toned. That's much better, less pinky. Well, that concludes the video. The makeup actually turned out really nice. Is that looks close up? I'm wondering if I should have kept that red shirt on or not. I think it would have been too much. I think I probably didn't plan ahead with this look. I try to kind of match my outfits to whatever I'm doing with the look, but I often don't know what I'm doing until I start doing it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.